John Seidler was all in on his new team. I was rooting for the Padres, he said. Everything the Padres did that was good, I was cheering for. But there was one thing he could not get into. When the crowd started chanting, "Beat LA," I couldn't quite bring myself to get that out, he said. There was just a little part of me somewhere deep down inside. It's hard to push 50 years worth of experience out the window. Now, later in this same part of this article, he explains, for 50 something years, I was a Dodgers fan. Peter was a Dodgers fan for just as long, minus 1 year, because I'm 15 months older than Peter was. We all bled Dodger blue back in the day. Everything changed when we became involved in the Padres. For Peter and Tom, who were working with the Padres out of the chute, their change was 100% and absolute. It was like a switch flipped. It was off and then it was on. Mine was slightly more gradual. And then Kevin writes, it did not take long. Tom Seidler, now the Padres Vice President of Community and International Impact, bribed John's 10-year-old son to work on his dad regarding the Petco Park chant. So I've been a beat LA Padres fan since early in 2012, John said. I just needed a bit of a nudge, and now I can say I've completed the 12-step program, and I'm never going back. So that's where I go to what I care about is now. Padres fans, can you be irritated that it's not a lifelong born and raised Padres fan like myself, or that you, if you are born and raised diehard ever since, you could go to a game ever since you watch games, you've been a Padres fan and it hasn't been another team. I understand if you're not super happy that John Seidler, who, had decades of being a Dodger fan and mentioned here that he bled Dodger blue, I can understand why you're not thrilled that he is the Padres chairman. But for me, part of it is like we don't have a choice, but also I'm going to give this guy a chance because in 2012, I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. And that's what I try to do in a lot of situations, not just, in baseball, but in life. If I was in that situation, how would I think? What would I do? And if I was, maybe not even in his shoes, but make it more relatable to me. If I was a Padres fan for 50 something years and I was John Seidler's age, and then now I'm the chairman of the Dodgers, or I'm in the Dodgers, let's just say I'm in the Dodgers ownership group, minority owner of the Dodgers. One, that would never happen, but I'm trying to put that myself in those shoes. When it's Padres Dodgers, would I immediately be all in, like the biggest fan of the Dodgers? No, I wouldn't. Because for 50 plus years, that's a team that I have hated with a passion. If I could pick a team to not be the minority owner of, one team, it would be that team. Any other team other than that team, I just hate him. So if this is John Seidler and now he's, Padres chairman or Padres minority owner, back in 2012, I understand him deep down still having that Dodgers fandom. But now it's not 2012. So I think those that are on the side of not liking that quote, could he have not said, I guess he couldn't have said it, but I like the honesty from John Seidler, to be quite honest. We know your background. Don't hide from it. And are you all in on the Padres now? It seems like he is. So I'm going to give him the chance. And, Kevin in this sit down is mentioning how there's the similarities to Peter. And let's remember, Peter Seidler had deep Dodger connections at one point. And then he joined the Padres ownership group. And years later, San Diego loved him. We want a statue at Petco Park of Peter Seidler now. So if we're going to love Peter Seidler, I'm not going to sit here and hate John Seidler out of the gate here, just because he's admitting that deep down he couldn't say beat LA the first time it was Padres Dodgers when he was on the other side of Padres Dodgers for 50 plus years. I get it. That would be hard for me to do. But it's not 2012. It's 2025. We're 13 years later. That's 13 years of now having that connection to the Padres. So I think it's pretty easy to believe that he is all in on the Padres now. Would it be easy for trolls now if the Padres don't win, or if someone signs with the Dodgers over the Padres that, oh, John Seidler's secretly helping the Dodgers and he's not going all in because he secretly wants the Dodgers to win? Like, no, the Dodgers just won the World Series. And he's talking about in this article about wanting to win a World Series for the city of San Diego. And one day we're going to win a World Series. What is the parade going to be, on land or on water? So, like, actions speak louder than words. I like honesty. I don't like when someone tries to hide something. If he would have came here in this article and not mentioned the Dodgers, actually would have been a little bit weird because there obviously is that connection. And so now it seems like he's all in. Again, the quotes earlier in the article. It's an honor to be a part of the Padres organization. Wanting to win a World Series. I mean, this quote again, our home is in San Diego is downtown. The key moments in the playoffs, even during the COVID season, where nobody was allowed in the stadium. There were cars driving up and down the streets honking. It was just crazy. I want to see that on a much bigger scale. So I'm going to keep working with Eric and AJ, and we're going to do our damnedest. Does a Dodger fan say that about the Padres? Our damnedest to put the best team on the field that we can. Playoffs 3 years out of 5 is good. We hope to do even better. And one of these years, we are going to win the World Series. I'm not saying this guy's on Peter Seidler's level of wanting to win. Or maybe not even, maybe I shouldn't put it that way, but Peter Seidler's level of love for the Padres. But it seems pretty close. And remember, and John talked about it in this article too, Peter was a Dodgers fan at one point, and now we all love him and we'll always love him. So how about we give that time to John? And again, if his actions speak negatively, and what I mean by that is like he doesn't make moves, or we step back in payroll, even if we continue to sell out Petco Park and all that, then yeah, I'm not going to be very happy. But right now, when we haven't even heard him talk, we've read him, we're reading quotes, but we haven't heard him talk, haven't heard that passion in his voice yet. I'm not going to make all these judgments about him. And again, I actually appreciate the honesty, and it's not like he didn't say that he wanted to win for San Diego and was determined to go win a World Series at some point. Like, he wants that. So if I'm a Padres fan, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just one Padres fan, but I'm giving him a chance.